Okay, hello, good morning, Gabriella. This is Tom Barnhart, and I'm here again for our weekly GBS Director Interviews. I'm here today with Gabriella Kokai, based in Budapest and running FrieslandCampina. Good morning, and thanks for joining us this morning, Gabi.
Good morning, and thank you for the invitation.
Great. Well, look, we wanted to just get a little bit insight of what you guys are doing in your GBS in Budapest. And if you could give us a bit of overview, first of all, about FrieslandCampina, the GBS model, what you guys are doing overall, to start off.
Yeah, so FrieslandCampina has joined this GBS journey about 10 years ago with establishing two hubs, one in Budapest, one in Kuala Lumpur. I think it's a very
typical type of structure.
Exactly. Yeah. And since then it also evolved, and even though I've joined 3 months ago, I saw some slides on the evolvement of how GBS evolved into a GBDS type of organization.
The D being for digital.
Exactly, D for digital, where digital over the years, digital became a very crucial and strong part of GBS. And with this following the absolute trends of the global changes.
So tell us a bit about the transformation of Friesland and processes inside, and how what you're doing from Budapest, because you have a quite long title, Director of People Services and Solutions, Europe, Africa, Americas. So what processes and systems, processes particularly, are you all delivering from Budapest?
Yes. So the typical processes, I would say P2P, R2R, master data IT are also are in scope, and the PSNS is the classically ex-Ager operations, and nowadays called the PSNS for us. And the KL hub covers mainly APAC, and the Budapest hub covers the regions that you mentioned also in my title.
Okay, and so Friesland, and as a corporation, you guys are Dutch, and tell us a bit about how the world has changed. Labor arbitrage was a big thing years ago. Now that's changed. Transformation. Just give us a bit of a feel for the HQs from Friesland's HQ perspective. What value a GBS delivers to a global organization now?
I think it's extremely important that we build on digital first mindset, because that will drive value for the future. Labor arbitrage, as you said, it's older. Like in the past years could help, but nowadays we have to put all our focus on AI and digital, the digital thinking.
Support for our weekly GBS Director Interview Series is coming from iTalents. iTalents, based in Poland, is supporting global corporations who intend to set up nearshoring operations, probably usually in Poland, or they need help with labor and recruitment for specific GBS-related jobs like F&A, IT, technology. They've worked with a number of US companies, 3 or 4, 2 Swiss companies, an English company, German company, and they are keen to help other European and American corporates with their nearshoring or outsourcing needs via their operations in Central Europe.
Okay, and in terms of digital and other things, everyone talks about AI. AI is a big thing, but can you give us any examples of what you've come across, or you all are beginning to test or try out in terms of AI tools inside of which types of processes of your organization? Tell us a bit more about your AI journey, where you are in this.
Yes, and I can tell you a bit niche here on specifically PSNS, because we just went live with our chatbot, and it's an extremely good experience to see that in working. And then I think it's important to mention that before we went live with this, we made sure that we use ServiceNow as a knowledge management tool, and also a ticketing tool, and much more. But also we made the effort to build the knowledge base and the knowledge guys in a way within PSNS that a chatbot can be easily built on that, and that can pull information when an employee is asking a question. Because within HR and BSNS. It's a bit more complicated to get an answer to your question. It's more individualized. It can be language, location, depending on as an employee where you are based. And also the experience showed that it takes a bit longer to implement a chatbot for an AI for HR than maybe for IT, simply because of the additional complexity of what I mentioned.
Okay. So are GBS directors like yourselves? I mean, give us a little bit of insight as to what vendors are coming to you with. Are you getting inundated and attacked by vendors or advisors saying, here's our latest shiny AI tool that's going to save you 10 million euros? But tell us a bit more. Are you being approached by that, or is that the HQ level, or just give us a feel?
That's more on HQ level, and I feel I'm in a particularly lucky situation because within HR we have our dedicated HR IT function, and then they are the ones who are taking care of that. But I'm sure even on my level, I am tackled by more like local vendors, and I'm sure they are also hit by a lot of these requests. I think what we have to make sure is that, and I've just recently had this discussion with the head of HR IS, that if we we have different systems, like we have a system landscape, and if we would like to use AI on that landscape, we have to make sure that it's extremely clean, and it's also the handoffs between the systems and the processes are very clear. Otherwise, putting an AI on something which is messy will not really give you the advantage what you are expecting from an AI, neither from a performance point of view nor a cost point of view.
Right. And beyond the HR, do you see processes inside Friesland that would be highly likely to benefit from more AI applied to it?
Yes, I haven't been here for very long, 3 months, right? So I still need to do a lot of analysis on the processes and where we can tackle it. But my first impression is that we have a lot of areas where we need to, and a lot of processes where we need to still utilize more, either from SuccessFactors, more tools which are automated, or even ServiceNow and all the tools we are using. I cannot tell you a specific example yet, but I can see opportunities for improvement for sure.
Okay, interesting. And you've had the fortune to be in a few different GBSs, Dutch and Swedish and Danish. Tell us a bit about the culture or the cultural differences you might see at your current Dutch company versus, let's say, an American or something else in terms of the internal operations and processes.
I would say, for me, what is the most important, and me as a leader, I'm also a big advocate of partnership. So whenever we establish any type of GBSs or any type of new collaboration and transformation, because this is about really transformation, and this is a strategy that the company chooses to start working with, that we embrace it together as a company, and especially when it is an insourced type of work, not an outsourced. That's a different story. Because when we are insourced, we are part of the same company. We are part of the same culture, and we really need to embrace that same journey, even though there are different ideas or different beliefs about if it's good or not. I've heard that a lot over the last years during my career. But without partnership, it's extremely difficult to make it successful, because we can talk about transitioning processes and redesigning processes, but we need to bring the people together with that in every function, because then people will make that happen, right? People will be the ones who will make the new way of working happen, and we need to ensure that they are on board and we partnering together. And as every change, it's extremely difficult to get used to the new ways of working, or the new tools, or the new what is my role in this new setup, and we need to be partnering on that and communicate on a day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute basis.
We're all human at the end of the day. Still, we're all human, right?
Yes.
And I didn't ask you that. I should have started with that. So tell us about how many people have you guys got in the Budapest operation and the KL operation? And the last point I'll say, because we got to finish, is what do you imagine that growing to or changing? It may not grow in the next 3, 4, 5 years.
Yes, so we are around 350 in Budapest, and I'm not entirely sure, but hoping about the same in KL, because of in KL there are more IT focused than in Budapest, if I'm not mistaken. And then I don't know the grand plans, right? So on the GBS case, but from my experience, I can say for sure that we have more to do with digitalization, and also looking at opportunities within the company, how we can utilize this type of like what we have already on R2R, P2P, and IT, PSNS, how we can utilize it further within the organization.
Yeah, and the further transformation and process redesign that you talked about as well during this conversation.
Exactly. I'm sure that we will have opportunities to become leaner and leaner over the years.
Great. So let's stop there. Thanks, Gabriella. We'll check back with you pretty soon, the next about a year or so. Okay.
Thank you, Sam.